Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's good?
Let's go, man. Surprise episode today. You know what I'm saying? Have some stuff happen. Want to get on real quick and talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely. We figured, like we talked about in the big show, we'd just start doing this every once in a while. We may not have as many slackers being able to join, but at least we'll be there for the content on the YouTube, and we can
Absolutely.
just get together and kind of share our immediate thoughts on what's going down.
I know, man.
So we did have some news today, and then yeah, we'll try to keep do this every once in a while when we can.
For sure.
But before we go all the way into it, how you doing today? You feeling all right?
Yeah, man. I'm doing good, man. Woke up this morning. Got a good workout in. Took the dog out for a little bit. Um, yeah, man. Chilling. You?
That's what's up. Yeah, had a little light work day and got some things done, so I'm feeling pretty good.
That's what's
Getting
up.
ready for the weekend, that's for sure.
I know. I feel you on that, man. And really quick too, before we get started, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and turn notifications on as well. This way, you know, anytime we do post one of these videos that's not on our normal Tuesday, you'll be notified when this video goes up. So, you know what I'm saying? Holler at us, man. Let us know what you guys want to see. You know what I mean? Let us know how we're doing, all that fun stuff. We really appreciate all feedback. So again, thank you all.
Appreciate it. All right, let's get it.
Yes, sir.
All right, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. What's up, Miguel? Miguel stopping in saying, hey, boys, how are you? What's good, fam? Glad you can make it. I know it's like 10 o'clock where you're at right now, so we definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And let me go ahead and put this little banner up real quick. So this is our little Slack surprise live. We'll be doing some NFL talk. Main thing we did want to jump on here and talk about was Dwayne Haskins signing a 1-year deal with the Steelers today. We've been watching his career closely. You know what I'm saying? We've been actually doing Say Like a Champ the whole time he's been out there.
Exactly.
From the rookie, from the first game win to the selfies in the stands and all in between. So I thought this was very interesting, but I definitely wanted to get your thoughts on what you think about this.
Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. I know a couple of days ago he was actually meeting with the Panthers. I guess it didn't go as well as it went with the Steelers. It kind of sucks because it's like with situations like this, you know, in his certain situation, it's like from what we've seen in the past at Washington as a Panther fan, you know, I'm thinking to myself like, oh no, like you know, I say it's like I don't want to see him there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get someone to to supersede Teddy, not someone who I think we'd be moving backwards for. But you also want to see the young man succeed. You know, what I mean, that's also something that we definitely want. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him play himself out of the league. So I'm actually really happy for him that he's going to get a chance to. To maybe prove something in Steelers. I think honestly that this situation might actually be better for him than it was at Washington. He's coming in as a new quarterback. Ron Rivera's coming in as a new coach. I don't think that Gruden before that did him any justification with his confidence or play.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
or preparation.
Exactly. So I feel like with all that stuff being said, I feel like he never really got like a really, really fair shake to really develop his growth or his skills as an NFL quarterback. And because we all know how well he did at Ohio State. So, I actually think this actually might be good for him. I think Tomlin might actually be the coach that could really, really kind of help him because Tomlin's going to work to his strengths. You know what I mean? So I actually like it, and hopefully Ben doesn't agree with Trevor on that one. But I think for sure that if I think they're looking at how Ben kind of played this year as he's hitting that cliff. You know what I mean? He's falling over that cliff a little bit, and we need to figure out what we're going to do going forward. So this could be it. Who knows?
Right.
What do you think?
It could be. I think it's a great situation for him to go into. Like you said, the coaching staff and the Steelers, they have strong, kind of pretty strong backbone. I love Mike Tomlin. Everybody knows how I feel about Mike Tomlin.
Sure.
But to me, I think too, we know he's better than Mason Rudolph to me. And he seems like he's a type of, if Big Ben goes down and if Big Ben even comes back, we assume he will go down or will miss some time next year. So it's like, put Haskins out there. He might win you a game or two and might get his confidence going. But I think this is a nice situation for him to be a backup, not necessarily be relied upon, but, we'll be going after that. So Bobby says, too bad he doesn't have Andy Reid. Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah, go look it out. Yeah, I was with Trevor as well. He said Washington and Jay Gruden screwed this kid over. And I completely agree, man. I completely agree. They never at any point in time really gave him the tools to succeed. And when he was finally given the chance to do so, I feel like they did everything in their power to make him, fail. You know what I'm saying? So, so we'll see, man.
Yeah, I'm glad though. The other thing I like about it too, though, is like we had talked about when he got released by the Washington football team. Like, hey, what's going to be is he going to get his second chance and how's that going to look? I'm glad it's bouncing back so quickly and with an organization where he might get to play. So that's what's up.
For sure. Yeah, and not only that too, like you think about too, the Steelers definitely have a lot more weapons for him to succeed as well. You know what I mean? He'll have a whole off season to kind of get used to working with these guys. Who knows? Juju might not be back next year. They might pick up somebody else because, like I said, there's a lot of wide receiver free agents out there that could possibly be looking for new spots to land next season too. So, better defense, probably more consistent offensive players for him to be better. And I think coming to the Steelers is even if Big Ben doesn't play for them or doesn't play the full season, he's got someone to kind of like really going to help him and teach him and learn the ropes, where I don't think he really had that in Washington as well. He didn't really have that.
Well, he had Alex Smith, but yeah, I don't know if he wanted to learn from him.
Barely, but barely. You know what I mean? Like he just got to him, and Alex Smith just made his way back and didn't even start this. Did start at the beginning of this year. So
right. But Anthony Weston checking in as well. He had the chance to meet him earlier this year. Seemed like a good kid. Hopes he takes advantage of this opportunity. It's a great, stable franchise, and they don't make swift changes. That's very great points. And yes, Anthony Weston and our boy, the super producer Marcus, they went to I think it was last year around this time. It was during Black History Month, I believe, but it was like a black quarterbacks kind of night where they were here in Arizona and kind of spoke. They had some different guys, some different retired guys, and some up and comers too. So that's what's up. And thank you, Anthony Weston, for checking in. Miguel says he'll be back doing his Corvette.
For sure.
Yeah,
man, we'll see, man. Hopefully not, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's funny. I don't see Juju back next year for some reason. I don't.
I hope he does go back though, because I feel like the grass isn't always greener, and they already like him there. They already kind of, put up with that stuff. But I don't know. Miguel also says it sucks if you have to play in the NFC East. So yeah, getting out of the NFC East might help him out. But speaking of the NFC East, I did want to talk about another thing that happened today. The Philadelphia Eagles did hire a new coach. They hired Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Colts, which I'm perfectly honest, I don't know a lot about this dude. Obviously, I don't know how to say his last name. The Colts offense, obviously they had the offensive line going, and they got that running game going. They got a lot out of Phillip Rivers, but I don't know, but like maybe he's like a new wonder kid, maybe he's one of those guys. But I'm kind of feeling like Anthony Weston here. This is kind of a left field hire to me.
Same.
But I think that might have been what they were going for. They did also, interview Kellen Moore from the Cowboys, where it's another guy that's like, okay, it's an offensive coordinator type. Maybe he has some creativity, but haven't really seen it. So it looks like they were going for that type of a thing. I hope he's not like this diamond in the rough type thing, obviously, because the Cowboys have to play him twice a year.
Right.
But I'm thinking for now, I'm like, okay, I'm not too
worried,
too tripping about that. Yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely an interesting hire.
Yeah, I feel. It's funny because it's kind of like Marcus always says, we don't know what goes on in the background. You know what I mean? It's some of those things that like, man, I wish I could have an ear to the door. You know what I mean? To kind of see how that interview went. But yeah, most definitely, I kind of feel the same way. Kind of like a left field hire, something that I wasn't necessarily expecting out of them, and I think he's got his work cut out for him. You know what I mean? Like he got kind of lucky with, they have a lot of good running backs in Indianapolis. It's not just the rookie. They've got a couple of really good guys that can.
They lost Marlon Mack and still had a
exactly. Jonathan, was it Jonathan Taylor? He played really, really well, and they lost Mac, but then they also had what's the other dude's name who's really good pass catching running back?
Hines.
Yeah, Hines. I want to say Hyde, but I knew that wasn't it. Yeah, Hines. He's actually really, really decent too. He had a bunch of really good games, and he's, like you had mentioned, that offensive line as well. So, he's not exactly coming into a team that had those same benefits for the last couple of years. So he's got his work cut out for him for sure.
Yeah, he does. And it definitely does fit in with the trend of hiring younger coaches. We'll see, because like you said, he's got his work cut out from him, and somebody that's inexperienced or never been at that level, it might be tough to kind of pull that locker room back together, especially depending on what happens with Wentz.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say though, Joe Judge was kind of this guy last offseason where it was like, not really sure, and he didn't really have a lot of high-end coaching experience. And that dude, you could tell right away, he's kind of dope. Like, he's a good coach. So we'll see. I think we'll see. I'll have to check this guy out, see how he's sounding, what I'm saying, in interviews and stuff like that. But
exactly.
How much control is he going to have? That's another question. And he might have been that type of hire where they wanted to bring in somebody maybe a little bit younger where they're like, we're still going to hold some things, on our end and not kind of give him total control. So we'll see.
Exactly.
And then of course, Bobby, Eric Bieniemy, stays getting screwed with the coaches hires. I can't remember. I don't think the Texans hired anybody either. So I think there's like one more out there, but I was going to go through this list real quick. The Jaguars hired Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
I think we like it, kind of, but we'll see. I'm still like not too sold. We'll see how it works out. Some college coaches making that transition to the NFL, it's tough. Others, they go right to it. So
for sure, he reminds me. He reminds me a lot of Pete Carroll in a lot of ways, and I feel like that could be one of the reasons why I think he might do okay. But like you said, man, college coaches don't always pan out the same way in the NFL. But
right,
I know he's going to get in there. I know a lot of those guys are going to respect him. So who knows if he can get the quarterback that they want? They might be able to turn some things around.
Right. Bobby says, do you want to go to the Texans? That is a good question. If they keep Deshaun Watson, you might want to go there. Mm-hmm. And that would be kind of an interesting mix because you'd be right in the same division again. No, they're not in the same division as the Chiefs. My bad. Never mind. They're in the South. So I don't know. Yeah. They wouldn't have that flavor to it, but it would be kind of cool because Watson is an up-and-comer. Obviously, he's a dope young quarterback. So Anthony Weston says if they have any shot at appeasing Watson, that needs to be the hire. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. We'll definitely have to see. Miguel says Watson's coming to us. Who's Miguel? State your life, Miguel. Oh, the Bears. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. I should have remembered. But yeah, the Bears, that would be dope. And they missed out on him. So they always talk about, they drafted Mitch Trubisky instead of him. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. But let's see. Also, other coaching hires. New York Jets hired Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator from the 49ers. I think this is pretty dope.
I think it is too.
They have good defensive pieces. They are kind of always a nasty defense, so that should work well. We'll see what happens on the offensive side. But you like that one?
I like it. I think they need to work with what they have right now, and the offense isn't it. You know what I mean? So let's find a way where we can get a coach who can bring in to make the defense better with those pieces, and also try to figure out. He might come in and have a completely different offensive coordinator and all kinds of other stuff. So let's see if they can get in there and change the whole culture around. Focus on the defense that's already primarily their strength, but also at the same time you do have to focus on offense because that is who's going to put points on the board for you. So I did like it, you know what I mean. But again, we'll see how things pan out. But I did like the hire.
Yeah, he was definitely a hot name last offseason.
Right.
And this year kind of cooled off because the 49ers didn't do as well, but I still think he will do well. Let's see. We got some comments, and we'll go to those comments too in a second. I just want to run through the rest of these. The Atlanta Falcons hired Arthur Smith as their coach. Yep. He was the Titans offensive coordinator. I don't know. I don't know if Falcons fans are jumping up and down for that, but that's cool. And I hate to I don't want to sound like I'm being harsh on these guys, but it's just it's not the sexy pick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Agreed. And who knows, man? Like you said, their offense. It's funny because I feel like the offense for the Falcons is struggled. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really sure if the offensive coordinator for the Titans is
the guy to
the guy to go.
yeah, he's
So the
gonna
majority,
unlock that. I don't know.
exactly.
We'll see. The Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers hired Brandon Staley, who was the Rams defensive coordinator. I think we mentioned that the other day, but that's interesting. You know, he got the Rams D coach up, so we'll
Hmm.
see. That's cool for that dude. He doesn't have to move. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to leave Los Angeles. Oh, Anthony Weston makes a great point. He says LaFleur
Yes,
was the offensive coordinator, and he looks good with the Packers. That's true.
true.
Um, that's a good point. So maybe they're hoping that history repeats itself there. Um, the Detroit Lions hired Dan Campbell. I kind of like this. Longtime Cowboy and then a longtime Saints assistant coach. I think he was their tight ends coach and kind of moved his way through some different titles there. This dude might not be like the most creative, but he's one of those guys where I feel like he's like a Ron Rivera type, maybe
Hmm.
potentially, where he's like, let's bring it together. Like he's like a leader of men type of people, type of
Yeah,
person. I think that's going to be his coaching style. I think that's kind of a good one for the Lions. So we'll see. He asked, did he see his press conference? I didn't.
I did not see it. Nah.
We'll have to check that out for sure. Maybe he was a little wild or something. Let's see. So I think that's it. The Texans are still looking. Um, that's everybody else, I believe. So yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Miguel did throw a question out here, though. He said the quarterback situation for the Colts next year, in your opinion. Um, they still have old boy, right?
Yeah, that's
Jacoby Brissett.
yeah.
I still don't know why it didn't work last year with him, like before they had to go get Phillip Rivers. I still am not exactly sure like why he couldn't be good enough because I thought he was better than that.
You're
I
right.
wouldn't be surprised if they just like let him go into this year again, but maybe grab a quarterback a little bit later, maybe a second, third round quarterback and try to develop. But I think the strengths of that team is definitely the offensive line, their running game, and then their defense. So they'll be all right, I think, with him. But I don't see them doing anything like too crazy.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. Like you said, for whatever reason, it just didn't pan out for him last year, and that's the reason why they got Rivers. And the thing that sucks most is they won 11 games, I think. You know what I mean? Like they still won like 11 games, so it's not even like they're going to have a really high, first round pick or something like that to grab somebody. So, like you said, they might try to figure they might try to figure some way out. I think T.Y. Hilton might be gone. After this year, so they might try to go out the receiver first in this draft this year. So the offensive line's great, the defenses look really stout. So they might be trying to find ways to help Jacoby Brissett be more productive. But yeah, I'm curious too, and hats off to Phillip Rivers as well. An amazing 17-year career, probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it and not win a Super Bowl. Honestly, in my opinion. He ended up fifth in passing yards, I think, and passing touchdowns behind only Tom Brady, Breeze, Favre, and Peyton Manning. So, he had a huge career, man. He had a really, really successful career.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's a competitor always, you know what I'm saying? Like I like he's all dad gum and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
He's cool though. But yeah, I think they'll be all right. Let's see. Anthony Weston also says Steve Wilkes going to be the Missouri Tigers defensive coordinator. That's pretty dope.
yeah.
Um, I think that's cool for him. I think he's always been a smart defensive coach, but I think maybe at the head coach level was a little bit too much for him. Great defensive coordinator. So the fact that he's going to Missouri,
Honestly.
that's pretty big.
Yeah,
Um, we'll see how that helps them. But I am definitely always rooting for Missouri. That's my second. Um, that's like my backup college team. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. But that's pretty much on the coaching hires. And again, we have all off season to kind of see how those things work their way through and kind of how those coaching trees fill out and stuff like that.
Yep.
Last thing we wanted to talk about was the championship weekend. Bobby checking in. He said, I know you saw my boy Pat practice these last 2 days. He's playing. That's obviously still the question for sure. But we are, hoping that he plays because we want to see a full-fledged game. And
Definitely.
Katie Vanderwerf, first-time Slacker commenter, she said, let's go Bills.
Yeah,
Wow, that's what's up.
that's the homie. I've known Katie since I was like 7 years old.
Well, thank you, Katie. Thank you for joining in and throwing your opinion out there. I'm sure get Bobby fired up a little bit. Anthony Weston too. I love it. That's what's up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you're on record still. Your Bills, regardless if Mahomes plays or not, too. You got the Bills this weekend.
I do. I think Bills. I think Bills gonna get it.
All right. Well, they said he looks like normal Pat. You know what I'm saying? And Bobby says she knows she's taking the L, so we'll see. But I love it. I love it for sure. I
We all
just
went
want
to
to
high
see.
school together. That's all love and fun.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I just want to see a full 100% game. I
Me
want to see a
too.
really great game, and I am expecting a really good game. And Strizzy's gonna owe somebody money. Oh man, that's too funny. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. But like I said, I hope Mahomes plays. And then for the other game, the Bucks Packers, I hope that's gonna be a good game. I'm still rooting for the Bucks, but I'm afraid they're not gonna really have a chance. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So that was our little pop-up live. I think we wanted to talk about, those things that happened today and kind of, touch base. We love to see everybody and we like we said, put more stuff out there. So appreciate you guys. Slackers, if you guys have any last comments, last questions, throw them out there real quick. Anything else you'd like us to discuss? But if not, Strizzy, you good? You have anything else?
No, sir, man. Just happy to get up here and talk about sports with y'all. So that's what it is.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Tonight should be pretty cool. Lakers are on at 5:30.
Yep.
So I'm definitely going to be watching them. I love to see my squad play, and they're playing the Bucks, so that should be a fun one too. Let's see. Anthony West is saying most exciting game, KC at Green Bay for sure. We'll see. I think that would be an exciting game, but the State Farm commercials would just be hitting us over the head like left and right. I can't do it with both Rodgers and Mahomes. We'd be seeing our guy Jake from State Farm like all day.
For real.
We'll see. But as Miguel said, stay safe, guys. We
Yep.
appreciate you. Same to everybody out there. Everybody take care of yourselves.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I guess that was our surprise. What are we calling this? I don't know. We'll have to figure out a little something to call this, but that was that. Slack number 73.5. And I am AW. And oh wait, one last thing. How about them Cavs? Anthony Weston says that was dope. That was tight. Double overtime game.
That was a good game.
The NBA is fun right now. That's one thing that's for sure. The NBA is a lot of fun. Yeah. So all right then. But one more time, episode 73.5. It's your boy AW.
It's your boy Strizzy.
Peace.